Fiscal conservatives in the Senate believe there are enough members who oppose the projected deficit increases in President Trump's so-called Big Beautiful Tax and Budget bill to stop its progress in Congress. Here's a look at where things stand. As it's currently written, the bill is expected to add $3.8 trillion to the national debt over the next decade. Some Republicans consider that to be unacceptable.
I think we have enough to stop the process until the president gets serious about spending reduction and reducing the deficit. We are mortgaging our children's future. It's wrong. It's immoral. It has to stop.
Johnson says federal spending should go back to pre-pandemic levels. In 2019, the government spent $4.4 trillion. In 2024, it increased to $6.8 trillion. Even when adjusting for inflation, that's still an increase of more than $1 trillion. More than 70% of the money goes towards programs like Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, in addition to interest payments on the national debt. Another 13% is for the national defense, leaving only a combined 14% on other programs that are considered discretionary. Republicans are getting a bulk of their savings in this bill through work requirements for both Medicaid and SNAP. Adults without disabilities and without dependents will have to work 80 hours per month to qualify. The Medicaid and SNAP adjustments are estimated to save approximately $1 trillion.
I think the cuts currently in the bill are wimpy and anemic, but I still would support the bill, even with wimpy and anemic cuts, if they weren't going to explode the debt. The problem is the math doesn't add up. They're going to explode the debt by, the House says $4 trillion. The Senate's actually been talking about exploding the debt $5 trillion.
President Trump had a few priorities that didn't make it through the House. For instance, he wanted to end the carried interest loophole, which allows investment fund managers to link some of their compensation to capital gains so it gets taxed at a lower rate. Trump also wanted to create a new tax bracket for those who make $2.5 million a year or more. He didn't get either one of those things.
What I want the Senate and the senators to change, to make the changes they want, and we'll go back to the House and we'll see if we can get them. In some cases, those changes maybe are something I'd agree with, to be honest. I think they're going to have changes. Some will be minor and some will be, fairly significant.
House Speaker Mike Johnson asked the Senate to keep the changes to a minimum. The bill passed the House by a single vote. Further cuts could alienate moderates. Dialing back the spending reductions could be a turnoff for fiscal hawks.
I encourage them to remember that we have a very delicate equilibrium that we reached on here. A lot of work went into this to find exactly the right balance.
Congressional leadership hopes to have the bill to President Trump's desk by the 4th of July. They believe that timetable is still doable. I'm Ray Bogan for Straight Arrow News. For more reporting, download the SAN app.